A 7-year-old child in the care of the Johnston County Department of Social Services may have been sexually assaulted by a teenage boy inside the agency's offices. WRAL Investigates has been digging into this for days. Smithfield police confirmed they are investigating an aggravated assault with sexual motives. However, police would not say if a juvenile petition has been filed. That would be required for a court case involving someone under the age of 18. The Johnston County DSS tells us they are taking the allegation seriously and cooperating with police. Coming up on our news at 7, hear from the girl's mother about this case.
The numbers are startling. 10,200 children in North Carolina stuck in an overloaded foster care system. At the same time, far fewer families are looking to foster them. It's an issue that has nonprofit groups and state leaders worried as children wait for a home that may never come. WRAL Investigates has been looking into this. As Eric Miller reports, it's a problem that hasn't gotten better since the pandemic ended.
Administrators with the Wake County Department of Social Services say there are no easy answers here. And for now, that gap means that a lot of kids just don't have a home to go to. Dozens are sleeping in office buildings just like this one. Inside this home on Forgotten Pond Avenue, a teenager's dream room comes together, one rug and one screw at a time. The dreams belong to two foster kids, Malaysia and Jamari, but the design is Stacy's step.
I was a child like them. You know, I had a rough childhood. I felt like I was unloved and I was unworthy, so I wanted to use my gifts and talents to give back in the way that I could give back. For the past 5 years, STEP's Mebane-based nonprofit, Home Sweet Hope, has been doing just that, designing and building rooms like these for foster kids in and around North Carolina. So it's everything from a new bed and a new dresser, a new rug, pretty much anything you can think of that decorates a room. And the need for rooms like these, or really any room at all, has never been greater.
I would say we're still in a crisis situation.
Wake County Director of Child Welfare, Sheila Donaldson, has been sounding the alarm for more than a year now, as the foster situation, both in Wake County and across the country, has only gotten worse. Currently, the county has 410 foster children under 18 in its system, and just 95 foster families to try to take care of them.
It is huge. It is not enough.
Donaldson says the issues go back to the pandemic. At the time, foster parents were afraid to have children and staff coming and going for checks and visits. Remote schooling was a major burden, and many children began developing mental and behavioral issues. But with the end of pandemic lockdowns and restrictions, Donaldson says she's not sure why foster families haven't returned to the system.
That's a good question.
The department has been trying to fill the gap by turning to partner agencies, placing children with relatives, and increasing recruiting. But it's still not enough.
We still find ourselves with a desperate need for foster homes in the community.
The result? 31 kids have been living in the Wake County DSS office at some point this year, some for months.
And we have worked so hard for the kids to make things decent for them while they're here. And even more than decent, make this a home. And for some of them, they like being here, which is kind of sad that they like living in an office building, but they are forming relationships with the staff. They are able to go to school.
The department is currently working to hire another foster parent recruiter, is considering hiring consultants, and has been looking around the country for any departments who've been able to find a solution to this national crisis.
But there doesn't seem to be something obvious that seems to be working across the board.
Back on Forgotten Pond Avenue, the last lights are plugged in, and Malaysia and Jamari are ready for the reveal.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, snap.
A special moment where, in this home at least, two kids get a room of their own, forgotten no longer. Now, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel here. The state is investing $100 million it received in exchange for expanding Medicaid in child and family welfare. That includes money for foster families. But how fast that money will get here and the difference it'll make, well, that remains to be seen. Eric Miller, WRAL News, Wake County.
Now, in the last hour, we received an update on this situation. Wake County leaders say currently there are no children sleeping in Wake County buildings.
That's not to say it couldn't happen again at some point, but that is certainly encouraging news, and it was certainly so worthwhile to see the smiles on those kids' faces.
Absolutely.